Jai Hind, everyone. Before we start our podcast, I would like to tell you about an incident. Somewhere 2007 का जनवरी फरवरी में एक कॉन्फ्रेंस में मैं अंडर ट्रेनी जीटीओ था एंड आई वाज ऑब्जर्विंग द कॉन्फ्रेंस वेरी ईगरली एंड आई फाउंड इन वन ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स केस द साइकोलॉजिस्ट जो है वो द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ द बोर्ड वाज द इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर एंड अ वेरी एक्सपीरियंस्ड एंड सीनियर GTO was the person who were participants in the discussion about a candidate. And the psychologist fought valiantly and he made the candidate drop by saying that there are certain moral issues and there are some traces of stealing and all. So जो कॉन्फ्रेंस का जो बाकी ऑनलुकर्स थे उनको लग रहा था ये पीछे पड़ गया है जो साइकोलॉजिस्ट हैं, लेकिन वी हैड अ ब्रेक. And to our surprise, as my instructor GTO was the duty officer, I was accompanying him to the candidates mess for a round. And then we came to know that one candidate was suspected to be stealing some items of the other candidates. And to all our surprise, this was the candidate whom the president and the senior GTO actually had given good marks. And then I came to know the strength of the psych technique, and I had due respect for the psychologist. And today I will introduce you to the same gentleman, Group Captain Capt Bandopadhyay sir, who has got immense experience of mentoring students from almost 23 years, and he has served in 3 service selection boards or the FO selection boards with almost 12 years of experience in the psych technique. And he has been an alumni of IIT Kharagpur and IIM Lucknow, and he has got a lot of experience and in the fighter controlling and also as an administrative officer. So without taking much time, I would like to welcome Bando sir. Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Thank you. I was an air traffic controller. Slight correction, but rest of the things, thanks a lot for the kind words.
I'm sorry, sir. To start, sir, I would like to request you to throw some light on the psych technique, sir.
See, these psychological tests are based on some projective techniques, which were initially used for mostly clinical observations and also at times to find out traces of delinquency in adolescent children. Now, nowadays, we are not using them for those kind of observations, but we are using them to find out the personality traits of aspirants who are coming to selection boards for getting recommended and turning the uniform. In the hands of, these are very, very potent techniques, and in the hands of experienced psychologists, they are very, very useful. And it is very, very difficult for someone who doing these assessors. Now, if a person has got these qualities, who is capable, and if he comes to the selection board after getting oriented by a professional psychologist, a person who has got enough experience in the selection boards, the chances of his getting into the selection board increases exponentially.
So could you share a few interesting experiences of your tenures in the AFSB, sir, regarding the psych technique?
There are plenty, but I will pick 2 of them. While I was in Dehradun, one candidate came for the psychological tests, and the dossier came to me. In all the 12 stories, he has done very well, exceedingly well-written stories, very nice. Unfortunately, these stories were not relating to the stimulus pictures which were been shown to them. When I checked back with the duty psychologist, he also confirmed it, that the gentleman was not even looking at the pictures and then writing the stories. So despite writing all 12 good stories, he could not get recommended because they were not relating to the stimulus which has been shown to them. Now, there was a second candidate, almost in the same lines, which has been there in the next board when I was in Varanasi. Once again, the 12 stories were absolutely fantastic, very well written. And this time, each story matched to the stimulus pictures. But now, unfortunately, these stimulus pictures have been shown in the previous batch, not the batch which the candidate has come. So once again, he could not get recommended. So what I would like to tell the people who are listening to it, and if you are appearing for the psychological test, give due importance to the stimulus which has been shown to you. And if you have to write good stories, the story should be based on the pictures which have been shown to you. Only then there is a possibility for the psychologist to eke out the character traits which will finally push you to the recommendation.
Oh, sir. Actually, the psychologist never sees the candidate and he will not even get the photograph of the candidate whom he is actually assessing. And they do all the analysis of the personality without even looking at the person by only the PAQ and the dossier. Now, sir, would you like to give any advice to our viewers who are SSB aspirants, sir?
I have seen 3 types of candidates who come to the selection board. One, who come without any preparation. The second, who studies quite a bit and through the internet they pick up some informations and come. The people who are well qualified, endowed with those qualities which we actually require, most of them are unable to get recommended because one, they are over prepared. That is number one. And second, they get confused with the information overload which is available there in the internet. So in case a person is coming without taking any professional help, then either he should be coming without any preparation as they are, and they should concentrate on the instructions given to them by the psychologists during the test, given by the GTOs, and follow them scrupulously. Then they have got a fair chance of getting recommended. They should be very, very careful what to choose, what not to choose, which is not very, very easy. As a result, the chances of them getting recommended reduces slightly. The best option will be to go and get professional help from institutes or individual assessors. But then once again, they have to be very choosy. They should choose which kind of institutes they are going, what kind of assessors, with what credentials of assessors they are associated with these particular institutes, and only then they should go. And believe me, I have seen for almost all these years, in case you are going through professional help, then your chances of getting recommended increases, and your chances of getting recommended and getting into the merit list also increases considerably. So my suggestion to you will be prepare, but prepare under guidance, prepare under professional help once it is available to you, and then appear. Because once you go there and do not get recommended and come back, next time when you go there as a repeater, you have made life slightly more difficult for yourself.
Thank you very much, sir. I think Psych technique is a very delicate technique which needs, I would say, gentle handling rather than going with preconceived notions. Thank you very much, sir. Hope to discuss a few more things in future. Thank you very much, sir. Jai Hind.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Jai.